This is a public transportation system that many in the area use every single day to go to school and work. But tragically, a public transportation system in a major American city was more dangerous than the active war zone that she left.
That is White House spokesperson Caroline Leavitt briefing reporters on the horrendous light rail murder that has brought worldwide attention to Charlotte. Prosecutors have now filed federal charges against a man accused of the deadly stabbing of a 23-year-old woman from Ukraine, Irina Zarutska, a refugee trying to make a new life here in the Queen City. This morning, 34-year-old DeCarlos Brown Jr. is undergoing mental health examinations, and ultimately he could face a death penalty. Queen City News anchor Savannah Rudisell is live along the tracks in South End with the latest from officials. Savannah, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Julian. That's right. DeCarlos Brown Jr. now faces the federal charge of committing an act that results in a death on a mass transportation system. Now, this is something that is part of the prosecution that's just been ramping up in the last several days since investigators released the footage of that fatal stabbing. So this, again, carries the possibility of the death penalty. It also carries the possibility of life in prison. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi said that whichever way this happens, that quote, who, if he's found guilty, he will not see the light of day as a free man. Now, again, North Carolina has not committed a state execution since about 2006. However, authorities do say that they are comparing this crime to an act of domestic terrorism.
Making it so no one can ride the train or is too scared to ride the train is about the same threat. It's a terroristic act to make people afraid to go about their daily lives. That's what terrorism is.
Now, we were out live for most of yesterday morning, and we observed the activity well into yesterday afternoon, and can definitely confirm that the promise for more security, more CMPD officers patrolling the area, the platforms, the trains, we definitely saw more security personnel. Now, later this morning, we do plan to get an update from Councilman Malcolm Graham, talking a little bit more about those updated security protocols. We'll bring you the latest today on Queen City News at noon. Reporting live in South End, Savannah Rudisell, Queen City News.
All right, Savannah, thank you. Now, in the wake of the attack, lawmakers are starting conversations around cashless bail policies and the discretion judges have to release repeat offenders. Some are calling for the judge who previously released Brown to be removed. Congressman Tim Moore and several other Republicans signed a letter asking for the removal of Mecklenburg County Magistrate Judge Teresa Stokes. Moore is also backing legislation to remove federal funding for states that adopt cashless bail policies and fail to detain violent offenders while they await trial.
And this legislation is something that we've been talking about because we're seeing this around cities throughout the country where these woke liberal policies of allowing these criminals back on the street that shouldn't be on the street, that should be being held awaiting trial, are getting out there, are being released over and over again.
Reporters asked Moore about jail overcrowding and understaffing for correctional facilities and how these policies would affect his proposal. The Republican congressman says that's up for the states to figure out. And you'll find all of our continuing coverage of the light rail stabbing on our website, including all of our reports and videos on our website. That's qcnews.com. And check out our streaming app, Queen City News Plus, and the Queen City News YouTube channel for more.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.